right, guys. We've got Cure in the right side here, up against ZOUN in the playoffs. There are no lives left. Both these guys got through second place in their group stage, and so they are going to be playing with no second chances. Whoever wins this progresses to face, unfortunately for them, Cyril in the next match, and the loser is knocked out. But they've already had a fantastic run so far to make it this far. ZOUN in the left side for Vitality, Cure on the right for Liquid, and ZOUN looks like he might want to proxy over here on Last Fantasy. It's a 3-player map, and this is going to mean the Terran main base with these spawns is a bit open to drops, whilst the Protoss main is a bit more protected on the left side. Same time, I wonder where ZOUN expands to, because you could expand towards the Terran, or does he just expand away from him and kind of wrap his expansions along that left side of the map? Seems a little bit more natural. Twilight Council coming out here. It is just a Marine into Factory Reactor for Cure. And that Twilight Council opening, very standard for ZOUN. Nothing too crazy. Comes in now with the Probe. And we'll see that it is a Marine. Probe's going to pull back. Adept's going to come in. Oh, he wants to land a hit. Oh, the Probe does die for it, but that means that he can now two-shot the Marine. That's why he wanted to land that hit, guys. Remember that Adepts will leave SCVs and Marines on 1 hit point after hitting them twice. So getting even a single drill attack in can be very effective. He also gets the Shade in, sees the Starport. Probably should cancel that Shade, and does chase the Hellion back, I think. Oh, Cure trying to use the range advantage. Oh, he wants that Adept kill. Can he get it, though? You don't want to be losing this Hellion. Gonna pull back now. And wow, ZOUN being so greedy here, man. Oh, he doesn't kill anything, though. Oh, this might be bad for ZOUN. Oh, no. I had a GM Protoss player the other day who's been a bit inactive a few weeks ago. He said, Pig, I'm really curious. I've noticed a lot of the Protoss players open by chronoing 2 Adepts across the map and then losing them and then losing the game. Why do they do this? And he was asking very honestly, and I was like, I mean, that's not what's meant to happen. Keep in mind, there are games where they win the game without Adept pressure. But when they lose them, it definitely gives them a really rough start, because now you got a Marine drop that's going to hit you and a Hellion run by at the same time. Marine drop's going to come in. He's going to hope ZOUN pulls out a position, allowing the Hellions to run by. But I kind of feel like you almost want to elevate both units into the main base instead. And ZOUN very wisely has a Probe there on hold position, and he can build a pylon or so to wall off. Stalker's in position. Nice move here for ZOUN. I'd like to see him focus the medevac rather than the Marines. Does build an extra battery there to wall off that natural. Funnily enough, I'd love to see that Probe actually attacking back against those Hellions. They haven't synced up their attacks. Finally, they do take it down. Battery does cancel, and the Stalker warps in instead. It's going to be a Hellion rotation now. The Marines will walk home. Hellion's going to try to get in, but ZOUN's been all over this early game. And remember that ZOUN, I think Cure should be the favorite in this matchup head-to-head, but ZOUN has been so good lately. And he's been giving a lot of problems to Clem over the last few months now. Now, Clem did manage to overwhelm him in the group stage and do it rather decisively, but it took a lot of work from Clem. Like, he really had to multitask hard to find the advantages that he did. Hellions come in. Stalker's going to try and defend. Quick Probe pull. Got to be careful, though, because they're mighty stacked. Blinks here, though, and that's a really good defense. Oh, he's going to take next to no damage. Oh, he stacks a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Blink is good. Those Hellions go down. Medevac on the top left side right now. Prism's going to go in. There's a Banshee that just came out. Building a second Banshee as well. It's a cloakless Banshee tank Marine push by the looks of it. Stalkers do take out 2 SCVs. And the Banshee's going to go down. Wow, that is huge. Blink plus acceleration zones kind of dominating the map right now. Cure continuing to build tanks and Banshees and Marines. Feels like it's going to be awkward getting across the map, but he does have a lot of units. Cure used a lot of off timings in his group stage just yesterday to find great success. Oh, that Blink is nice, though. Only loses 1 Stalker for a tank, and the Prism Micro is excellent. Another tank does come in, but not quick enough. The 2 tanks are going to go siege on the natural. Where was the bunker, guys? No bunker, a bit greedier for Cure. He's going to try and build a new one. It gets insta-clicked. Siege tank does keep ZOUN at bay, but only temporarily. ZOUN can rotate and get inside that main base. Stalkers are going to go blink up this left side, and those barracks are so exposed. 1 more Stalker goes down to the tank. Banshee does head over here, but with no cloak. Even if it did, there's an observer there. I don't think that would help. These barracks taking a ton of damage. ZOUN is going to get out of here now. Oh. Stays a little bit longer than I would have liked, but at the end of the day, 8 SCVs, the barracks burning. Q is in big trouble. And don't get me wrong, the third base finally comes up, but I've been saying for a while, this is the map for 4-Gate Blink, and it's about time we finally saw someone utilize 4-Gate Blink on Last Fantasy. ZOUN, though, that time, was it a bit too deep? I think so. I think he lost about 7 more Stalkers there. He'd lost so few up to that point, but that one was a bit too far. I think once you get the tanks back in this reserve position, you want to rotate around the top and go for these gases. And that's what makes this hard for Terran to defend, is they got to defend this angle here from them blinking up. They did fix the map, so you can't blink up here anymore. But around the top of those gases is really hard to cover without being way too far away from the main base. Now keep in mind, guys, this was a 4-Gate Blink. This is a very committed build. He did great damage. Then he threw away a bunch of Stalkers. And he's still being annoying, but he needs damage. Like, you can't just be chilling here. 5 SCVs is nice. Banshees will fly in. Non-cloak double Banshee on this map is so dangerous. Because the Prism can come back and hunt this down. There's nowhere to hide. Because the whole feature of this map is there's this sky wall around the edges. There's no dead space. So he can just literally unload these Stalkers and kill your Banshee. Yeah, that was not a good move for Cure. I think air harass in general is a lot weaker on this map. This map's about ground mobility, and you can use drops and things, but you've got to be much more cautious, because if your opponent gets out on this big awkward map, on the ground, they can always hunt down air units, which is a very different thing. Players aren't used to this. You know, you look around the edges of the map, you think there's heaps of dead space, but you can't fly into those. It's essentially actual dead space, actual dead areas on the map that are cut off. Stalkers trying to blink back here. The bio tank push is coming out, but keep in mind, charge is almost finished. We got a Prism going in. Going to drop 4 Stalkers in the main. There's plenty of defense there. Is he going to bomb the SCVs? Thinks about it. Decides better. That looks like an Observer just got taken down. 2 Observers have died in this game. 4th Nexus on the way for ZOUN now. His 3rd. Mostly saturated, but not quite. That 3rd command center is almost finished behind this. Let's check out the army at home. A couple of sentries and zealots. Ooh, we did have a bit of a lag spike there. Ooh. Okay, Stalker. Stalkers do take out maybe 1 Marine, but losing a Stalker for it's never really worth. Of course, he does at least make Q a stim. Large portion of that army, but economically, Q is fine. Now that his 3rd is landed, the fact that he's only against a 55 Pro Protoss is not too bad for him. Once he transfers those SCVs over, at least, he's very oversaturated on the main and the natural, but now they are transferring. It's a giant army. First Colossus is about to pop. You cannot let him get into position on this Robo. Oh, but he's already getting close. 3 siege tanks. Bio mine is there. ZOUN wants to wait for the Colossus. He's going to force the stim out. The Colossus pops into a very dangerous territory. It just gets clicked on. Bad rally for ZOUN. He does blink forward and takes care of the tanks. The force fields were excellent, but I don't think he has the material left to deal with it. There's still 1 more tank. It finally goes down. If the Colossus was still alive, maybe, but without it, it's going to be tough. It does look like the bio's thinned out, though. Stalkers trying to blink back. There's not much healing left here. A few more zealots coming in, but this choke point going to be used against ZOUN. He's going to have to blink out to try and chase these units down. 1 Marauder will fall. I think it's definitely past time Cure pull back from this position. Got a good trade-off, but was not able to get rid of the Robo or anything like that. Units lost tab dead even, and remember, there is a 4th Nexus. So as bad as the worker count is for ZOUN, he can keep transferring, right? He can keep transferring over. He's going to recall the Prism. Forced a Viking out, recalls the Prism to save it. Zealots still kill 3 SCVs, not too bad. Work is continuing to be built here by Cure as his +1 armor finally begins. +2 attack only now starting. Both sides upgrades heavily delayed as we kick off this series. Ooh, we're going to load a double drop. Yeah, fighting for this northern side of the map is really big. I mean, I think you really need pylons scattered around the whole top side, patrolling zealots or probes. The fact that he's not got any vision north of here is actually crazy for ZOUN. In my opinion, this is a really bad move because he doesn't have recall either, remember. So he could try to distract Cure here on the front. This is a Stalker poke. It's not a serious attempt to get anything done. And at 4th base, I mean, he's going to build cannon battery there, which seems nonsensical in my opinion. He does realize, hey, we're a little bit exposed, aren't we? He goes up, builds a pylon, and Q is like, okay, screw it, let's just dive. Kills the pylon. He's going to dive into this base. Those probes have not evacuated yet. Does warp in a few zealots. The army's nearby. Now, is he going to pick up and boost into the main from here? I think he should boost away. And he's going to boost into the main. Oh, he thinks about it, but he sees a Stalker, and that was a big mistake. It's going to cost him both medevacs, I think. At least one goes down. Yeah, the other one has to unload, which means the Stalkers will have easy prey. going to get one Stalker only. Wow, that's really rough for Cure. The drop doesn't work out. You got to do that sort of move. Get in and get out, or be shoving the front at the same time. You can't just be doing only the one. Bit of a waste there for Cure. Imagine if when his main army's ready to push, that goes and hits and pulls the entire Protoss away. Zealots warping in on that top side. Second Forge is now upgrading, as well as double Robo making at least one Disruptor at a time. ZOUN's on 63 workers, Cure on 60. Zealot, Stalker, Colossus coming forward. Stalkers blink into Marauder. Oh no. Oh, ZOUN trying to pick off the Vikings. He gets maybe one Viking. Takes a lot of Stalker losses, but the Zealots hit the natural. He finds Cure's natural base, sees the 4th command center has just started. He's going to poke back in on the front. Disruptor waddles up into melee range with the bio. A little scrappy here for ZOUN. Not what we're used to seeing from him. Oh, Disruptor lands big. You do not want to fight Disruptors near these acceleration zones, ladies and gentlemen. It is so hard to dodge the balls in those areas. Vikings wander forward. Yes, he kills the Colossus. ZOUN's got to get out of here now, but as long as he keeps pumping Disruptors, he'll be fine. Finally, the second rowboat does get into action, but he's only got one. And after killing all those Vikings, rebuilding Colossus would be viable, but I think he's just trying to get any extra splash damage he can to start things off. Now, keep in mind, low medevac count means the healing is not good. So you can defend even without splash damage against this, because if Cure stims up this ramp, it's a very crazy call. Guardian Shield is there as well. Cure is playing Mad Lad StarCraft right now, and ZOUN keeping his balls a little bit exposed, but that bio is so wounded. I feel like it's one more Zealot warping away from Cure's nightmares coming true. His bio heading back. They did not have any healthcare plans. These Marines and Marauders are one more stim away from turning into Mr. Luigi. And no, we're not talking about the one that's we're talking about the healthcare one, not the Artosis's text-to-speech Luigi. That's a different Luigi. Anyways, Stalker's hanging out, new 5th base in the top left as well. Not Mario's brother. Prism in the top is there. 2-2's on the way. Vehicle weapons, more ghosts as well. 5 barracks, a factory, and a starport. Oh my. Alright, Bio coming up. It feels like ZOUN's back in control, but there's a weird thing when you're watching ZOUN where his work account's just never very high. So it always feels like he's one bad fight away from being in an irrecoverable position. But I mean, the map control is just so good for him. And he does find the planetary just before it finishes. Oh! The Disruptor hits a Marauder, but does not take it down. Now it's running around. ZOUN's 5th is going up in the north. You get spread pretty thin as you take these 4th and 5th bases. And right now, Cure, he's on 4, but he's defending well. Oh, gets a medevac. ZOUN Stalker's getting value, man. It's really good for him. Really, really good. Disruptor poking forward. Big flank coming north. Cure wants to flank this army. I don't mind the poking Disruptors, but they don't really kill much. One Widow Mine damaging 2 Marauders. It's okay, but it's nothing special. Zealots, massive. Oh, wow. Cure's counter from his flank from the north just got overrun by Pure Zealot. Damn, Cure's just not got the production. He's only on 5 barracks, guys. He can't keep up. The 10-gate Zealot Stalker Disruptor actually seems to be doing so well here. First Disruptor whiffs, though. ZOUN's got to be a little bit better with these Disruptors. Second one does land decently. He's got a red hit point Disruptor. Somehow lands a shot, but only on a single Marine. Another Disruptor goes down, but it seems like there's just enough Zealot Stalker in here. 2-1 upgrades against 1-1, and fighting just before Terran gets 2-2. The perfect moment for ZOUN to fight here on Last Fantasy. He starts to try to evacuate, but I think that was a really good time for him to fight. He's got a 5th base up now as well. He still could transfer a few workers, I guess, out of these bases, but his economy is looking very clean. Just in terms of 5 bases available, Terran barely getting his 4th up. That always feels good, but plus 3 weapons, 8 barracks, second stop. Well, Cure is getting those pieces if he could just survive. It's just, I mean, his army, it's wounded, it's outnumbered, it's outgunned. He's playing dodgeball right now, but he doesn't get to throw the balls. He only gets to dodge them. And the Stalkers are going to take out that command center. That should be the beginning of the end. Cure not able to get back in control of this game, as ZOUN just had a bit too much map control. I do think Cure losing that double drop on the left side was pretty big, but then ZOUN also just started picking off a lot of units, and I think Cure way overcommitted to his push on that ramp. I think realizing he was low on healing juice, committing into a fight there was just a bit too ballsy, and when that one failed, I think he was a bit too far behind. Oh, Disruptor's going forward right now. A couple of Marauder shots. Oh, I think he was giving up. Oh, my lord. He just took some massive Disruptor shots. Zealot Stalker's in there. Zealot's going up onto the production line. Good Stalker count. The 2-2 upgrades here, but the Medivacs are out of juice. Cure taps out of game 1, and ZOUN manages to take down Last Fantasy, playing from the void. All right, guys. We've got Vitality ZOUN in the bottom left side of the map. Great game 1 victory. Gone into Persephone, though, up against Cure in the top left side. And it looks like a single gas opening for Cure. ZOUN going across with a Gate Scout. Doesn't want to get surprised by a proxy barracks or anything like that. This is a pretty big map. A lot of these, I don't know. I have been enjoying a few more of these Nexus before core openings. And I was going to say ZOUN actually, as well as a few of the other guys, they've been doing this Gate Scout 20 Nexus, 20 Cybercore. Yeah, which I like. I really like it. This is great. As long as he's not getting proxy barracks, that's fine, especially since he's blocking the Reaper ledge up here. Now, keep in mind, yesterday Cure showed multiple times that he was against these sort of builds. He will bounce his Reaper into your base with the grenade. So you really want to make sure you actually guard that wall off, even with the building there. Chat says, looking for another resounding victory. That's cute. I never thought of that one. I always just say he takes him to ZOUN Town. Because it sounds just like Pound Town. I don't know why that one just always makes me happy. Second gas goes down. Should be seeing a bunker after this depot's finished, usually. Well, it looks like he's going to skip it. Cure feels comfortable skipping the bunker. Just going to defend with the Marine Hellion. Especially if you build 2 Hellions, you can very easily deal with that. Thanks for explaining the joke, Pig. No worries. The IQ of chat's like 12, so combined. I just got to explain jokes sometimes. Yeah. Jokes are only funny if you explain them anyway. Alright. Twilight into second gate. Stalker Sentry opening. Me likey. I like that there's no Reaper. I think Cure's opening is quite nice. You know what would be really cool? I don't know if but because your opponent went 4-gate blink, he's probably going to play a bit more defensive this game. I wonder, we don't really see it anymore, but I love when a Terran feels confident going straight into, like, you build like 1 tank here and you just go straight. Don't even build the Raven, but maybe sometimes don't even build the Raven. Just build the tech labs, swap off, put the second and third barracks on the tech labs, and just immediately go stim shields. Essentially go for a 3 racks, but you have the factory and the starport if you scouted something different from your opponent. Then again, problem with doing that is your opponent's going to see it with this hallucination. Instead, it's going to be Cyclone, Medevac, Marine. Now, the solution to a lot of these, like, okay, the hallucination sees my build. We talked to Cure about this, and he said, yeah, it feels bad that they can see what you're doing, but if you just get in the Protoss player's face, it's hard for them to deal with it, right? Nice block. Made sure the Nexus couldn't go down before the Nexus, before the probe died. I have to send another probe out. But yeah, Cure's solution yesterday was just get aggressive, get in their face, and as long as I'm right up in the face of the Protoss, it's really hard for that hallucination to give them effects. Whereas if you're kind of sitting back and building up to this super delayed push that's like, you know, they can scout 2 minutes before it comes, that's when they can kind of shut you down. But if you keep them guessing, it can be tough. Here comes the Marines. Marine drop comes in. Hellion drives by. He's going to rotate in towards the ledge there. Oh, Hellion gets a good shot or 2 off. Not going to be able to kill anything, though. Robo's coming up. Got an extra hallucination. Going to move out that side. Cure's, I mean, he's applying a bit of passive pressure. Hasn't achieved too much. Third Nexus was still fast. Robo into 4 gas. ZOUN's playing Estrella style. It's the old Alpha X build, guys. Back when ZOUN and Estrella were teammates. Big fans, both of them, of the 2-gate blink into a 3rd base into quick Colossus. You're very light on units in this little intermediary period, but if the Terran doesn't get in your face and do something, man, you tend to have Colossus charge out, and like at about 7.5 minutes, you just have the most insane army. The Terran can't do anything, which is why Q is doing an off timing right now. It's a weird timing. It's a pack of Marines, a Cyclone, 2 tanks, a Banshee, and a Medevac, and these Stalkers do not see it moving out. That's a disaster. That's it. If his Observer doesn't catch this, it's terrible. Oh my gosh, he's not seeing it. Okay, he sees 1 tank, he sees 1 tank. I don't know if he noticed it though. Stalkers go in, and he might just... He's got nothing. Oh my gosh, Q just walking out. He's done this so many times in the last few days. Walking across the map and going, hello. And they're like, oh my gosh, where did this army come from, man? And that is a brilliant maneuver for Cure. Once you got this siege up, it's so good. The whole weakness of this push is it's so hard to get across the map without losing half your Marines to Stalkers before you even get here. And now he's already taken out 2 gateways, a pylon. The Robo's going to go down. I mean, this is just a disaster. He's got to pull probes into it. Stalkers are going to go for it. They blink forward, take out a Cyclone. 1 tank falls. The other tank will fall. Shuts down all of the Terran units, except he doesn't. He loses 25 probes. He's about to lose 10 more. And Cure ties up the series with a nice little surprise move out. All right, guys, we got ZOUN in the top right side of the map. Cure in the bottom left. It's going to be a tied series here, and I think it's so funny because I feel like the hallucinated Phoenix builds we're going to see so much more of in this tournament. We didn't see it that much, and when we have seen it, it's always been like, oh, this is a great start for Protoss. And then we've seen multiple times Cure and other Terran players just barely slide an attack around that they don't see coming and catch them off guard. This is Kill Switch, by the way, guys. I don't know what's going on in these pods, but I could see like orange liquid in there moving around, which is very cool. Ah, the old proxy Stargate. Now, keep in mind, guys, I think if you mine out 2 minerals, you can stand a probe close enough to the tower. And that would maybe see this proxy, but not something Q is prioritizing this early on. He's skipping scouting entirely. And it's actually... Oh, there's even 1 base. I didn't even realize. Wait, he could go 1 base Dark Templar drop. Surely not. Surely it's just Stargate, right, guys? Do you think you could go Tempest Siege from down here? I don't think that would be smart. But just an Oracle or 2 to start. Into an Expand is fine. Stargate it will be. Zealot coming out. Adept behind it. And there's a Marine Reactor first. Reactor before Factory this time. So Q is going to be trying to defend with more Marines. But it means his Cyclone Hellion sort of stuff is going to be delayed. The probe is going to try and... Oh, he's going to open the back door! Ladies and gentlemen, ZOUN's doing the Estrella move. I told you, him and Estrella were teammates for very, very long, for many years. This is the Estrella move. It's a 1-base all, and he's going to mine the back door. It is the Sapper Assault. The reason he's building a gas is so he can trade minerals for gas. It is a very advanced maneuver. I love it. All right, the Zealot comes in. Good SCV pull for Cure. We'll talk more about the backdoor assault in a little bit. This is so sick here. Zealot coming in with an Adept. Let's see what he can do. Lots of mining time being lost by Mr. Cure. Adept being annoying, but goes for the Marines maybe a bit too hard. Now, you can see what he can do is he can shift-click, return gas, mine minerals, because every time you do this... Oh, you got to shift-click it. Oh, he shaded the Adept in. Did he just kill a mule? He just killed a mule, I think. But he accidentally didn't micro the probe, guys. I didn't realize the Adept shade finished. So he's got to... You got to mine the minerals. Oh, he doesn't want to do it just yet. Maybe he doesn't want to reveal what he's doing until he's ready to go in. So now he's going to mine minerals, and there you go. Look at that. He's queued it up. So he says, because the only way you can throw away resources is by either returning it or mining the other resource. So he's queued this up to trade minerals for gas back and forwards until there is a backdoor avenue into the base. Oracle comes in, kills 4 SCVs. Sorry, guys. Bit slow on the Oracle there. Getting excited. Oracle gets 5, 6 SCVs. Nice damage. You don't want to lure him all the way to the gold minerals. Got to be careful about that. So he does leave very purposefully from that path. Now, Void Ray is on the way right now. And it's going to be, I think, 3 gates? 4 gates. Okay, 4 gates, 1 Void Ray, 1 Oracle. The way is almost open. The path has been mined open. And honestly, this is so cool because the Oracle can just be a massive nuisance. He should go home and get energy. If he can energy recharge the Oracle, it could be huge. And if he can kill that Cyclone really quickly, he could end this game really quickly. But I think ZOUN should wait for 1 more round. Wait for 1 more round. He's just poking up to make sure that the Q doesn't know about it. Oh, he's checking! Q is checking! Q is checking the back door. He's moving out there. Okay, it's been revealed. It's go time. Double Cyclone is available. That's going to be really crucial. The Void Ray does do some damage, but it's still locked onto here. It's got to get out of range. It does pull back now. Oracle comes in as well. Oracle's going to use its laser beam, but the Cyclone will take care of it. Oh, man, what an absolutely ridiculous assault here for ZOUN. ZOUN goes for the backdoor assault like a mad lad, but both Void Rays and Oracles have gone down. The SCV pull was effective. The 2 red hit bullet point Cyclones. They say, you can never get this, you can never get this. Is YOLO going to be able to break out of his cage and get this? Well, one of them does get taken down, but I feel like Borat's brother is driving that Void Ray, and he is still so excited. He needs to get on top of that last Cyclone. I don't know if he's going to be able to. That last Cyclone's getting repaired up. Oh, no! It's not going to be able to go down. ZOUN, and the Medivacs there as well. Q is like, lol, 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 lol. Pick up, drop micro. Oh, I love ZOUN so much for doing this build. You can see him scratch the back of his head there. He's like, damn it, that didn't work out. Oh, that SCV choosing to mine. If that SCV didn't come over to mine this, I think this definitely works. I think there's such a high chance of this working if that SCV didn't see it coming. But that SCV seeing before the second Void Ray was out and the next warp in, it gave him the time he needed to prepare. What a sick build for ZOUN. But very fortunate scouting timing. This SCV, because look at this, guys. He's warping in another Stalker. Imagine if he has 2-3 more Gateway units and a second Void Ray here, and the Oracle is also ready to either hit the natural or dive on top or something. I mean, it's a totally different game. Awesome usage of the map, though, and this is what I love about the best of 7 format and new maps. Just like last PiGFest, we're seeing a lot of really fun builds from the players. Hats off to you, ZOUN. All right, guys, nice defense from the surprise cheese. Lucky he wanted to go take that watchtower to see where the oracles were going to come from next. And he finds a hole leading into the back of his base. I mean, that is that moment where if he sends that SCV 20 seconds later, that's probably a different game. But hats off to him. The Cyclones are really good. Lots of room to micro. He hangs on, and he's doing 1 Rex expand again. So he's really confident 1 Rex expand today. Not a lot of proxy barracks or anything like that. And ZOUN is going to go Cybercore before Nexus this time. So going to go back to the earlier depth pressure, which went so poorly for him on Last Fantasy. Yet despite that, he came out on top of that game. People are just waking up and tuning in right now. So we did do the Serral Dark series before this. You guys missed a banger. It was a 7 gamer. Obviously, you're going to hear spoilers during this stream because the loser of that series is against the winner of this one. But, yeah, if you don't want to spoil yourself, you better close the stream and get out of here because you're going to find out real quick. But if you don't mind the spoilers, yeah, basically, it's a pretty damn close match. I don't think that really does it justice. It was nail-biting, man. Reaper's going to find the probe on the tower. This is Magnath, a rather large map. It seems like an odd choice to go core before Nexus on this map, guys. Especially with a probe scout that sees a 1 Rex expand, right? For me, this seems unnecessarily, like, safe/aggressive, you know? Interesting choice for ZOUN. Obviously, like, Maxbax does this every game. It's not bad. It slows down your natural a little bit later in your second gas, your chronos. It has an effect, but Cure, look at his build, super tight. Bunker for safety this time. I guess he was hoping to take advantage of a skipped bunker, but there is no skipped bunker. And whoa, he's hiding his buildings in the back. What are we doing? Why are we hiding our buildings back here, mate? Is he not worried about Blink in the main? Normally people want to build the wall off. That just seems so suspicious. Just the fact that he placed that there is big. The Reaper did get hunted down by this Adept, by the way, in the top. Chased him all the way up here. Good play by ZOUN. What is going on? What are you doing back? Wouldn't it be funny if he just does a totally normal build? I feel like it's going to be Cyclone into tank. And that's going to be a medevac. No? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Cloaked Banshee, maybe. Make it harder to scout the tech lab upgrading. Chat says Q is wearing a helmet. Everyone's going on about Serral playing helmet, Zerg and Zerg versus Zerg. Now people are saying Q is wearing a helmet. I think they're just talking about his hairstyle. I mean, the helmet haircut is actually very popular in Korea, so that might not be a playstyle comment. Ooh, we don't see this anymore. Interference Matrix Raven. Ah, okay. Is he gonna 5 racks and then just use the Interference Matrix and dive? We don't see this anymore. This is old school. Okay, so Q might be like, you know what is a build people don't do anymore. And it's a big map. You're going to go into Colossus. Usually people go into Colossus a bit quicker on these big maps. ZOUN's shown he likes going quick Colossus. We can see the Robo Bay is going down now. So, yeah, if he can surprise him with 2 Ravens with Interference Matrix, and just interference matrix the Colossus and just stim on top, like that just removes such a centralization of their power. It's a big investment. So if you lose these Ravens, if the Protoss scouts it, gets Templar Archives and feedbacks them or something like that, it's really bad. But 4-minute 50, third base for the Protoss. Fully mining on those 2 mineral lines as well as 4 gases now. He's been mining 4 on one gas, 2 on the other ever since he built the Robo Bay. And I'm a little surprised ZOUN hasn't noticed that, but we go to his camera. He looks in the main. He should see the red. Yeah, he fixes it. He realized just then for a second. His observer's moving around. Sieges it. Goes back, starts the Robo Bay. Okay, guys, I don't want to give you guys a headache. Sorry. Watching from pro gamer camera is not very pleasant. And Raven's going to come forward with a Cyclone. I think he can just barely reach it if he goes from here. But the Observer should be able to pull back if ZOUN's watching. And ZOUN quickly runs away. Very nice. Very nice move there. Surveillance mode is so good. That upgrade, the ability to do this actually made Observers such a better unit in this matchup. Because now they can see the Terran when they often can't see you. It's actually massive. Doesn't ZOUN also have... I guess they're bowl cuts, not helmet cuts. I love the haircut discussion I've instigated in Twitch chat. 2 gateways are there. 3rd and 4th gateway coming up as well. How many Colossus do we have? 1. Second one started. So one thing you can do if you know they've gone Raven is Warp Prism can dodge interference matrix. It's very hard to pull off if you don't practice it a lot. He's hiding 1 Raven in the very back. He doesn't want to reveal that he went 2 Raven because then it's obvious what he's doing. Single Raven's usually just there for auto turrets, anti-armor missile, that sort of stuff. I'm gonna come forward now. Second Forge is on the way. ZOUN does not know what he's up against. This is going to be such a hard push to stop, guys. And it's 5 barracks. It is indeed a 2-base all-in. Q has decided the build that he's going to play. He scans, he sees the Colossus, and you know he feels good seeing that. Oh, he's looking so focused right now there. He's going to try and take the Watchtower on the left side with a little bit of a stimmy stim. Does push those Stalkers back. Nicely done. Observer's being pushed to that right side. And it's fine, because you got Colossus that can defend a big bio army. ZOUN just has no idea. Dude, this is not a build he's seen in a while. He's only got 1 sentry. Sentries would be so good for force fielding. The Stalkers running forward would be good. Double Matrix goes down. The bio stims on top. What can he do? I mean, he's got to try to run away, but he's in so much trouble. He's just got to wait for it to wear off, but there's 2 more waiting. And the second it wears off, 2 more go down. Oh, Kua with a vicious, vicious attack. He does need to target the Colossus before they get out of there, though. Widowmine lands on 1. The other one comes out. A 3rd Colossus arrives. But what a brilliant build for Kua. I love the planning for our Terran player Kua here. Fantastic. And look at that. What a way to finish this series. ZOUN looking uncomfortable there in the void. It's a good build for ZOUN. I really like ZOUN's build, but Kua brings back a build we haven't seen in a while and counters it. Great planning for the map. Alright guys, well apparently I accidentally said series rather than map or match, and my entire Twitch chat just lost their minds thinking, was this a best of 5? I thought it was a best of 7. And then I had 43,000 people in a row say, you said it was the end of the series. Yeah, it was a misspeak, guys. I apologize. My mouth words don't always make good sentences, but it's all good. No, I love you guys. It is, of course, 1 game away. Kua may end the series if he can give the worm to ZOUN. Now, normally giving the worm would be using a Nidus worm, but since we're on Sandworm, I'm just going to refer to anything that destroys your opponent as giving them the worm on this map. Terrans and Protosses too can give their opponent the worm. Get some Dune magic going on, throw some spice in their opponent's eyes, maybe. And it's going to be double gas to start off. Okay, Kua not going for a 1-rack expand. ZOUN's played very conservative with lots of probe scouts this game. And you might be wondering, why is he doing that, guys? And the reason is because Kua is famous for doing double proxy marauders, proxy, like pretty much every single series. And I think ZOUN's just like, look, I don't want to give away a free game in a best of 7. To not scouting for that. So, you know, we're just going to scout every game, make sure. And at least now he knows it's double gas. He's going to go core before Nexus. I actually think even more so against this build, Nexus before core is amazing because it gets your tech up faster. Obviously, it does mean you need to put a few more, an extra chrono into your gateway unit production though, so it really depends. Factory goes up. I think it's going to be Reactor after Reaper. Sure, I don't think it'll be 3 Reaper, 2 Hellion. Obviously, seeing the workers off gas is nice. I'd like ZOUN to pull the probe down and recall it at about 1:50, maybe 2 minutes. Ah, he recalls it. Super worth. Always worth recalling. He could have waited. Because a really nice move is if you make the Reaper pop, it pops at 1 minute 58 at the earliest. So if at 1 minute 59 you recall from here, or 2 minutes, you'll always survive. But you make the Reaper run in your direction for just 1 or 2 seconds. Delays it getting to your base. But since we've gone Cybercore first, it doesn't matter. ZOUN saves the probe, it instantly starts mining. Always worth doing that rather than chronoing a probe. Assuming you don't mind skipping the chrono on your next Adept. Adept waiting on the high ground. He's hoping Kua tries to run up the ramp so we can get some extra damage. Oh, it's Stargate after core first. It's a bit of a later Stargate when you do this. It means like any Phoenix or Oracles are delayed about 20 seconds, maybe 18 seconds from doing a Nexus before core. I think he'll go straight Phoenix and most likely Phoenix Colossus. He looked pretty good with Phoenix Colossus against Clem, and then Clem just out multitasked him. Like Clem, it was pure messy, scrappy multi-prong, 3, 4, 5 places at once. And it felt like ZOUN was often holding well, and then just kind of getting overrun due to Clem getting too much value in these small little multi-prong trades. Cyclone's on the way, so Kua seems to either know what's coming or just be blindly going Cyclone, which is good against this. If he goes double Cyclone, it's even better, one could argue. Now, a lot of people go tank here. It's low on gas. Why is he so low on gas? Oh, he was slow to put back on gas, guys. He's going to go second Cyclone, so he's not going to build a tank. Okay. If he wanted to build a tank there, it would have been quite slow. Reaper does get spotted by the Adept. Second gateway at the front of the base, so it's 2 gate plus Phoenix production. Phoenix can shut this down. They can also get shut down by it. The early micro does matter. Kua does not know he's playing against Phoenix. He hasn't confirmed that yet. Sees the second gateway timing. Marines rallying out as well. Pretty big commitment here. And he's going to drop inside that main base. See the Phoenix production? And he immediately doesn't even risk it. Kua knows, look, I'll get picked up by those Phoenix. It'll be bad. And the Phoenix going for a lift there is super brave for ZOUN. I do not think losing that many hit points as a Phoenix is really worth a single Marine kill. A little ballsy there. I mean, you could argue you don't lose a unit, you kill a unit. That's always worth it. I don't know. Maybe. 4 Adepts, 5th one coming in, as well as 3 Phoenix. Oof, it's dicey. Siege Tank and Viking on the way. Still 2 Marines building at a time. 3rd gas does start up for Kua. Is Kua thinking about swapping this starport? Oh, he is. He's doing the Clem all in. Oh, no. This is what he did versus Showtime. It works really well if they're going Phoenix Colossus. Well, remember, we asked ZOUN in this interview. I said, dude, I noticed you played a lot of Phoenix Colossus. I think Phoenix Charge would do really well against Clem's build. ZOUN said, in the interview, I was planning to do 4-gate Phoenix Zealot, but I didn't get to. It was planned for, like, game 4, game 5 against Clem, and he 3-0'd me, so I didn't get to do it. But he's doing it this game, and Phoenix Zealot destroys the Reacted Viking build, because the Reacted Viking is there to deal with specifically a Phoenix Colossus, where tanks and Vikings hard counter both the Phoenix and the Colossus, but Charge Zealots counter everything on the ground. This is actually really fantastic. If ZOUN can get there, if he can get enough units out, and the way Q is pressuring, he might just find the perfect engagement. But once Charge and a bunch of Zealot Warpins comes in, this game's going to shift. It's becoming very difficult. Shield batteries. I don't think shield batteries are as important as building gateways in this scenario, but wants to keep that 3rd base alive. Oh, here we go. Man, this is a perfect push timing for Kua, keeping the momentum up. I think he senses this is not a Colossus Robo build, maybe. Gets some great damage on those Phoenix. And ZOUN, another Phoenix way too far around, almost loses it. ZOUN's trying to keep this 3rd alive. His Charge is going to be ready, but he doesn't have any Zealots. He cancels it. I think cancels the right call. Cut off the reinforcements, also the right call. Viking's going to force a Phoenix lift, potentially. And you can see, picks off a Marine, picks off a Viking, picks off another Viking. Great pick-offs there for ZOUN. 2 Vikings, a Marine for a Phoenix. Great trade. I say for a Phoenix, but a second one goes down. Sorry, guys, I forgot. What's that? Wikipedia. What is the range of Cyclone lock-on? 376? Oh, thank you, Wikipedia. I forgot. 376. The Cyclone lock-on is ridiculous. If you've got vision, my lord, it goes far. Zealots getting on top of these Marines, though. They do not have stim. Is there enough, though? Oh, I don't think there is. The Zealot count is just so low because his gateways weren't up very early. The Adepts are mostly attacking Cyclones, not Marines. Oh, the Phoenix getting gunned down by the Vikings. Dude, 4-gate Zealot is not enough here. ZOUN spending the money on the shield batteries. So many Adepts, so many Stalkers, +1, and not getting enough Zealots is the same issue Heroes had with this build. where because the gateway explosion is so late and because the players rely on a lot of shield batteries and things, they just don't quite have the economy to get the gateways up. Cure is going to batter through a Zealot build with a build that's meant to counter Phoenix Colossus, not Phoenix Zealot. He is literally finding a way somehow. I do not know how. What a beast. The Zealot warping's too late. I've noticed this with a lot of pro gamer Zealot builds. Their charge is incredibly late, which is why Hero recently has been doing some earlier ones. Going for the lift. The Zealots are going to charge in. Cute Phoenix lifts. But that ball of Viking, the Viking Marine dude. The tanks just get dropped back down and ZOUN keeps engaging without the critical mass. When you fight with hand-to-hand melee units like Zealots, short-range units like Phoenix, you need to have overwhelming units in the first fight. You can't really go in, pull out, go in, pull out. He's going to have to pull probes now, and of course those tanks are going to butcher it. The Vikings slaughter the probes. Beautiful play here by Cure. I can't believe Cure managed to do it, dude. Very well played, and ZOUN, the Phoenix Zealot, does not work out for him. He just did not have enough Zealots. It was a charge defense with like 3 charged Zealots, and I think that fight down there, we could kind of see just wasn't enough units, so he pulled back. But then all that investment in shield batteries, I mean, he ended up giving up the third anyway, and I think that was really crucial. Yeah, I think these shield batteries were just a waste of money. So at this point, charge is already getting close to finished, and his army's not even at your base. If you chrono that once, you're 50 seconds away. So if you build gateways now, you'll barely have them transformed into gateways ready to warp in when charge finishes. So you actually don't need gas. You don't need anything else. Like the third gas here is actually a luxury. It's not a vital part of the build by any means. Same with the Forge. The Forge and the Gas are both luxuries. Because ZOUN didn't know he was being all in, obviously he's getting the luxuries. But I do think this is huge because he's only just started his third gateways. If he goes to 6 gates right now instead, warps in 6 Zealots, warps in another 6 Zealots, this army gets crushed. Yeah, he loses the third, but that's totally fine. Because this is such a committed build. Second and third barracks are so late for Cure. And that would be a very different game. But really, really well played for Cure. Just keeps up the momentum and makes it so uncomfortable for ZOUN. Big congrats. GG, well played. That was a really good series there for you. Do you feel like you're playing your best StarCraft today?
일단 승리 축하드리고요. 오늘 확실히 좀 되게 컨디션 좋아 보이시는데 오늘 확실히 좀 가장 좀 컨디션 좋은 날이라고 좀 생각하시는지.
컨디션은 좋은 것 같아요. 생산도 잘 되고 반응 속도도 나쁘지 않은 것 같아서 느낌은 괜찮은데 첫 번째 판 지고 좀 유리했던 거 진 것 같아서 좀 말렸는데 그래도 멘탈 잡고 해가지고 컨디션 좋아서 이길 수 있었던 것 같아요.
Yeah, overall I feel really good. Like my macro's good, my micro is good today. My macro's decent. So I was confident before the match, but after the game 1, I thought I was ahead, but it seems like he got the best of me, so I was a little shaken at that point. But I got my mind back, and I managed to bring it back.
It was interesting in that game where the first game didn't go your way. It's a very different map, Last Fantasy, because there's no room for flying units to hide on the edges of the map. And it's a 3-player map. So do you think that changes the gameplay completely? It feels like from our side it does. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on how Last Fantasy plays.
아무래도 그 첫 맵이 그 3인용 맵이고 그게 또 마침 그 뒤에 공중윤이 좀 숨길 수가 없는 맵이라서 좀 더 까다로웠던 것도 있을 것 같은데 좀 그거는 좀 어떻게 보셨나요?
공중 유닛을 그 정도로 숨길 수 없을지는 제가 몰랐는데 돌리는 벤시나 돌리는 의료선마다 다 바로바로 잡혀가지고 좀 흐름이 많이 끊겨서 주도권 내주고 쉽게 졌던 것 같아요.
So apparently I didn't realize that it was that narrow, honestly. So I didn't really think that the gap there would be some space to hide it. But besides that, but regardless of that, I mean, I already got like lost a lot of units, like Banshees cutting off, like Medivacs cut off, like during during the ride. So it was kind of a like matter. It doesn't really matter, I guess, but still, it was unexpected.
Well, speaking of unexpected, we saw a few weird things. We also saw the mining out of your backdoor, which you defended perfectly with your cyclones. So it felt like you dealt with some funky strategies from ZOUN. That's going to be a good confidence booster. Now you're going to face Serral. So are you feeling confident in your Zerg versus Terran? It feels like you've been, in the last few months, getting stronger against Zerg. Do you feel confident that you can take down Serral?
일단 확실히 좀 되게 변칙적인 플레이도 많이 쓰고 그래서 그거를 좀 극복해낸 것이 좀 도움이 많이 될 것 같은데 그래도 이제 다음 상대가 마침 또 세레 선수잖아요. 오늘 이제 박한 선수랑 이제 해서 좀 이겼던 이 경험이 이런 좀 느낌이 세레 선수 상대로 좀 도움이 많이 될 것 같나요? 좀 어떻게 보시나요?
세랄 선수를 상대로 좋았던 기억이 최근에 거의 없었던 것 같아서 좀 자신은 없긴 한데 최근에 연습량도 끌어올리고 있고 좀 집중을 많이 해가지고 좀 최선을 다해서 재밌는 경기 하고 싶어요.
Honestly, I'm not really that confident against Cyril, honestly. So I'll just try my best. Well, I'm facing him right now, so I'll have to try. That's all I can do.
Heck yeah, GG, well played. Well, I'm looking forward to it. We'll let you go prepare and do your vetoes and everything. I guess before we go, heads or tails?
마지막으로 가기 전에 이제 그 코인 토스 때문에 그러는데 앞뒤 골라주세요.
앞에 하겠습니다.
Heads.
Heads, all right, let's see. And unlucky, tails. So unfortunately, we start on central. All right, but good luck anyway. I think we got the bad luck out of the way, so now it's all good luck for you from now on. Good luck against Serral.
뭐 코인 토스는 좀 운이 없었지만 세라 선수 상대로 운이 따르기를 기원하겠습니다. 네, 좀 이따 볼게요.
네, 감사합니다.
감사합니다. Good luck.